We are stood outside our house, and this is going to be our fire escape.
To sprinkle or not to sprinkle, that is the question.
When you have a house that has more than 2 floors, we have 3, you have to consider really seriously the implications of where your stairs are, where your kitchen is, because of fire regulations.
Fire regulations are in some ways the bane of our life, but they're also highly important for safety. And we wanted originally to have that kind of warehouse feel of open staircase. I can see all 3 floors from every floor. But that's not realistic when it comes to fire regulations, because you have to have some sort of fire break, whether that is a sprinkler system or a fire door, between the other living spaces and your kitchen. You also have to have an accessible escape route from each of the rooms, each of the floors. And in this case, the only escape route from the basement is going to be this, which we're going to be opening back up as a door, a fire escape.
In an ideal situation, we would have had the open flooring, but in order to do that, we would have needed a sprinkler system over 3 floors. That is the kind of thing that you see in more commercial spaces. So it's essentially conduit with water that runs across the ceiling of every space. In case of a fire, they would turn on and put the fire out.
And it has to be held at a certain level of pressure. It's quite difficult to regulate and rather expensive. And we felt across this size of property, it was not practical or sensible to have a sprinkler system. So we have opted for fire doors, which do mean that we have to close our staircases off. But that's okay, because they're going to be open to 1 floor, just not all floors.